Hey guys, what's up? Kaiz18 here. Today, by the title of the video, you could tell we're going to be talking about pretty, I guess, controversial subject in the NHL community. It's ice tilt. There's like believers, non-believers. I'll give you my take on what I think about it and like if it's real or not, or if it's in the game. Just in the background here, we got some Division 1 HUT gameplay. It's in the second period, 0-0. So we'll get into the subject. Now, ice tilt, from my understanding of what people like to call ice tilt, a lot of different people call it different things. It's like, say if you have a team of superstars, like let's say Taves, Crosby, Stamkos, Ovechkin, Suter, Weber, all those guys, and you play a team who has like Cogliano and a bunch of like low 80s or even lower overall. So basically like a 4.5, 5-star team versus like a 3.5 star team. Your team, the 5-star team, they will play worse. Like they'll be slower, they'll be like out of position, they'll do stupid shit rather than like play their position. They miss passes, miss the puck, their shots suck, or the goalie lets in a few softies. So basically like they try to even out, even though your team is a lot better overall wise and like star wise. They even out the playing field, but a lot of people believe in this. I mean they could, because EA has come out, and EA Sports has come out and said in Madden that they do this. Like they actually make your players worse if you have a good team, if you're playing a lower team, just to even out the playing field, sort of. But in NHL, they said no, there's nothing like that. They even like went back and tested. They said there's nothing like that at all, but people still believe in it. But you can't really trust EA. I mean, they say one thing for one game and another for another game. I mean, wouldn't you think they'd use somewhat of the same system in both? But anyways, my take on it, I think it's real. I mean, I don't want to say it's not real, because a lot of people, like, I guess, I don't really believe in it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is real. That's what I'm saying, because when you think about it, yeah, sometimes your goalie's given a few softies, but that's just like, it's always been like that in NHL, and even in real hockey, your goalie gives up softies. It's like a game of chances. It's like not a game of chances, really. It's a game of capitalizing. Like if one team has 3 chances to score, and another team has like 8, and this end up scores 2-1, well, they just capitalize on their chances, rather than like, oh, you're dominating him and his goalie's playing unreal. It's a game of like capitalizing on your chances, but also in the way that it could be real is like sometimes you do experience that your AI is doing something weird, but most of the time I don't really like it. I don't find it's that game breaking. Like you find it happens like every other game. They do like an odd thing that they wouldn't do, but I guess it's just in the programming. I wouldn't think it's just because you have a better team than your opposition. But also when you think about it, a guy like Taves, people say he's like getting outsped by like a guy, I don't know, let's say like Filppula. When you go to their actual core stats, their speed is probably pretty similar. I'm not sure exactly who's faster, I didn't check it out. But what bumps a guy's overall like Taves up is his offensive awareness and defensive awareness. Now, I'm not really sure what that does in game. I know it does a lot in simulating. If you're like simulating, like be a GM, it's a big factor. But in game, I'm not really sure it means a lot, especially when you're using him. I mean, I think it's the capability of him picking up the puck in his zone, that's defensive awareness, and then offensive awareness is obviously in the offensive zone. But yeah, I'm not, so like the overall doesn't necessarily mean much. Like the core stats, like let's say like speed, agility, and acceleration, they're like, you compare those stats with Filppula's stats rather than the overall, because Filppula's like what, an 87 and Taves is a 93, I want to say. But you have to compare that also when you're, because the overall, like I just said, it's a lot boosted on the defensive offensive awareness. But say if you're taking the shot for example, as the lines, say Taves has been on the ice for a good 5 to 6 minutes. No, okay, maybe not 5 to 6 minutes, that's crazy. But like, let's say 2 minutes or something. He's obviously going to be dead tired, so he's not going to be able to skate as fast, not going to be able to shoot as fast. And if someone just comes from the bench, they're obviously going to be they have a lot more energy. Like if they send out their line 2 while you still have your line 1 out, and your line 1 is in the red bar of stamina, and then the guy's second line comes out and it's full, it's just fresh. Obviously he's gonna be a lot faster and what's it called, and have a better shot, and he'll have more energy. Another point I want to make is, like, sometimes it's just like, doesn't matter. Like, you could have the best lineup and still not be good at the game. Just because you have the best lineup doesn't mean you're automatically gonna win. Some people think just because they have a sick lineup they're like entitled to win. Doesn't really work like that. It's like a lot about how you play and the player. It's not the cards you have. That's what I think about. Like when I get having like Crosby, Stamkos is pretty overrated. That's because if you know how to play the game, you're gonna be fine with like 88, 89 overall guys. Now the only time I will say that it's an advantage to have higher rated players is if you're playing someone with your skill level. Then it's very, like, it's a pretty big advantage. But if you're just playing someone that's a lot not on your skill level, you should kill them no matter what cards they have, as long as your cards are decent. They're not like 60 overall, because that's a bit crazy. But yeah, that's my take on Ice Tilt. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the game, because they already said it's in Madden. But I don't know. They've come out and said in NHL that isn't in the game. But I don't know. EA is just, I don't know. They're all over the place. They really need to figure it out. So yeah, like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.